for 10 years, and people still don't know what ASAP stands for. My grandfather said, "Yo, it means as soon as possible." And I mean, yeah, we urgent. Yes, that's the acronym for that. But we started it with always strive and prosper, and that
strive and prosper.
yeah, always strive and prosper. And rest in peace to ASAP Yams. He came up with the acronym for that. Always strive and prosper.
DJ Khaled on the check-in, you know he would be. So
Khaled was good, man.
ASAP. So it's ASAP. Ferg is ASAP. Rocky is ASAP. Yams is
Yeah.
ASAP. That's crazy how y'all all, you know how the Crips, they only use C on words.
Yeah, yeah.
Only use, like, y'all ASAP. Like,
yeah.
ASAP Juanito. If
yeah.
your father's name Juanito, he ASAP Juanito.
It's a bunch of ASAPs out there. When we first started, and we all changed our name to ASAP, because what we did was we took the Bone Thug approach. You know how everybody had Bone on the big Crazy Bone. Yeah. We just took we took our names and made it our last name and put ASAP in the beginning of our name. So that's why you got ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg, ASAP 12, ASAP Nas, ASAP Addy. And yeah, like it just became a thing. Yes, I will.
Rocky.
Thank you.
Rocky, I knew Rocky from the Bronx.
Word?
Yeah, from his sister, from him.
Like you knew him before he was on?
Before he was rapping, yes, sir.
Wow, that's crazy. I never knew that.
Yes, sir. Yup, from up in the Bronx. So it's like, I've always been a fan of your movement. Leave it like that. I've always been a fan of y'all movement, man, because y'all always, to me, had your own style, your own sound. And for New York, lacking, know what I mean? They almost don't look at you as New York.
Right.
Which is dope.
Yeah. You're not local.
Nah, y'all not local.
Right.
Y'all never been local. You know what I'm saying? And so I always like that. Another thing is, I knew your pops. You know what I'm saying? From Harlem.
I used to come, and when he used to put his shirts in your store, I used to be in the car waiting. I never went in the store, but he used to do his little drop-offs. I guess he was doing consignments with you. And he was doing the basketball team shirts.
I knew him before even that, when he was on 125th and all that. And the thing about you is, like, I always tell people behind your back, is like, you come from a royal family in Harlem. Like, you never try to ride off your father's rep.
Right.
Right? Most kids, well, you could call them proud, you could call them whatever, but they always want to run with their fathers. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Pablo Escobar Jr. Everybody want to ride off of their parents. And go. You never did that. You earned your own shit.
Yeah, my father, he taught me early on to just be original and be myself, like no matter what. And I always was myself. Like, my father definitely was an artist. He went to art and design high school. I went to art and design high school. I didn't even know that, like, at first, like, I signed up for that school. I didn't even know that that's the school he went to. He was like, oh, I went to that school too. And I'm like, oh, wow. So it's just like, I was just doing shit the way I knew how to do it. And, us kids, like, we come up as a different generation, and we always want to make our statement. So I was just very strong with that statement. I didn't feel like I had to conform and try to walk in somebody else's footsteps, because my mother and my father gave me the confidence to just do me. And that's the attitude that the whole mob had. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all come from that place where we all was unique individuals. We all got different styles and textures about us. But when we weave together, it just made us something completely different and reminiscent as well. Because niggas be like, yo, y'all remind me of the Wu-Tang, or y'all do this. Y'all got the Houston sound. Y'all got the Memphis, Tennessee sound, this, that, and the third sound. And that's all because Rocky went away to school in Memphis. So that's what the 3-6 Mafia shit came from. I'm like you said, my father, Harlem royalty, my family. Like, so I got the stories of Harlem. I got all of the crazy shit.
You was hearing it.
I'm hearing all of that. I'm hearing about the jail stories. I'm hearing about Preacher. I'm hearing about Alpo and Richard Porter. I'm like, and like really, like Killers is in my sessions, in my music sessions. I'm hearing about, Bebop, 20-year wars. Like, this is all the shit that I come from. So, I mean, when you see my exterior and it's like, I'm positive. I'm positive, and I feel like I'm projecting a higher frequency. Is because we came from the bullshit already. So it's like I'm not even trying to shed light on that because I know what a war is like. I know what a war is, a real war, and I'm not talking about no rap shit. I'm talking about real wars. So
Nah, for a fact, your father
yeah,
was in prime time.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't like to say that because I know y'all got your own generation and the younger cats growing up.
right.
But I don't know if there'll ever be a time in Harlem like that again, like when he was on prime time.
Oh yeah, the bus rides, same gang.
Remember the bus rides? They was
Yeah,
all out the VA, all over.
butt naked crew, Diddy, everybody. Like that was a whole era. But we definitely caught a wave of that because I'm a millennial. So we like the generation, we like 2 generations after y'all. So like we grew up watching y'all. I grew up listening to you, Fat Joe, Big Pun, the whole Terror Squad, that whole movement, the whole Puerto Rican movement, Tony Sunshine, all of that, hearing about the stories, y'all going crazy in the tunnel and all of that, Stretch Armstrong, freestyles and all of that. Like I grew up like the Stretch and Barbito shit, all of that. I grew up on all of that shit. Snoop Dogg in the video, talking to y'all in the projects, Big Pun living in the projects with the platinum plaques,
You know
going.
what is yeah, we was still in the hood with platinum and everything. Yo, that's
I
pretty
I
crazy.
did that after y'all. I just got a house last year. I was in Harlem all this time. Everybody thought I lived in LA, this, that, and the third. I was stacking I got a condo in Harlem. It was a nice spot and all of that, doorman and all of that shit. But I wanted to be accessible. I wanted to be able for kids to see me that, like, yo, this nigga got platinum plaques. This nigga got records, hit records, still with us. Like, he still fuck with us. And I did that all of this time until like early last year. I got me a house.
There's nothing wrong to move. You know, I lived in the Bronx, and they came one time too many to the door, and wifey was like, "Yo, if we don't move to Jersey, I'm gone." Like,
That's a fact.
but we rich in the Bronx.
Yeah,
Everybody know they knocking on the door. They bringing their demos. They bringing niggas from everywhere else. Yo, Joe right here knocking on it. And then it got to a point where she was like, yo, you don't move, I'm gone, bro.
right.
I was like, fuck it. And it was the best move I made. You know, I finally heard a
Yeah.
bird chirp.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know, in the Bronx, you don't hear them birds chirping.
So for me the change was, and I never thought that I would ever want to move out of Harlem because that's just where my heart and my soul is. Like niggas call me and just automatically assume I'm still in Harlem. Like like how you'll call Cam and you just think he gonna say he on 40th and Lennox. Like people just assume that I'm in Harlem. Like I'm really in LA.
True though. It was
Yeah,
the time I used to come out, see Big L, and all the niggas was out there. All of
yeah,
them was out there
right.
in the middle of the street. Like, it was a time it was really like that. You know,
Yeah,
not to go off subject, but rest in peace, my brother Big L.
yeah.
When I
Rest in peace.
got the news, he got killed. I rushed up. I was in the studio downtown. When I rushed up, Cameron was out there. Everybody was out there. And
Right.
yeah, just couldn't believe that happened to L. But it was a time it was really like that where everybody was accessible like that.
Right. Right. I feel like the
It's
streets
two
was
things.
different.
It's two things. You're accessible, you keep it real, and then you want to keep it real with the people, or if you get killed, they look at you like they look at Nipsey or Jam Master Jay or Big
Like
L.
he should have not
Like,
been
why
there.
they stood in the hood, they could have went
Right.
anywhere else. And motherfucker, we always know 99.9% of the hood can love you. There's always one jealous nigga or one hater
Oh,
or one
that's always
rat.
gonna be there. So I mean, we just for protection and protect ourselves, and just like wanting to have a different kind of conversation, wanting different neighbors. Like I was rich living in Harlem, and I could still hear crackheads conversation from the 10th floor. I was on the 10th floor at a condo, and I could hear like all these people conversation. I'm like, yo, I don't want to deal with this shit no more. Nigga traveling the whole world, gotta come back, and I don't have to deal with it no
Let me
more.
tell you
So
the craziest shit. It never changed. I stood in my man's house. He still lives in the projects one night. And yo, I still heard the man smacking up his wife next door. I still
yeah,
heard Spanish people playing outside music downstairs, dumb loud at
yeah.
5 in the morning. Still heard the sirens outside 4 in the morning. Like the shit don't change, man.
But you know what I feared and why I stayed in the hood for so long is because I be feeling like artists get rich and get disconnected from the people.
I don't know how that happens. I can't say who, but we all know artists that was like extremely hot when they first came out, got some money and then got whacked. Like, how do you get
Yeah.
whacked? Like,
Yeah. Like
I don't know how
you
that
like
happens.
you always hit us with a hit, a banger, a smash.
I got to.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to get whacked though. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, like artists, they come out at the beginning, they got the classic album with this, and then they get whacked. Like, I don't know how that happens. And
But
it's definitely what you're saying, it's a disconnect.
did you ever live like outside of the East Coast, like West Coast, Miami, none of
I
that?
lived in Miami
Miami.
17, 18 years. So I'm here now. If you can see where I'm at, if
I
I
love
look at
Miami,
Instagram,
but
right?
for New York niggas, Miami is like our vacation spot. Like we love like you live in paradise right now.
Jadakiss said gangsters get fat and move to Miami.
Miami,
So I
exactly. That's a
did
fact.
just that. I moved
Yeah,
to Miami.
but I also feel like it's great counterparts out there to keep you sharp. Like, and it's not Hollywood. Like LA for me, like you can come out here, and if you're not from here, like I come out here, I get all the work done because my I'm just driven in a New York way. Like you come into LA, everybody chilling, everybody smoking, everybody got big houses. So it's so easy for time to pass and you ain't getting no work done. Like you just like, oh, I'm rich already. The shit is like, man, we living this life and you get whacked. That's what I feel like happens. Niggas get whacked, they get the houses out here and just be relaxed. Just
So what
getting
happened is,
cozy. Fucking
what,
with all the bitches and just get cozy.
yeah, what happens is, um, it's a whole different lifestyle when you move to LA anyway, from being in New York, dude. But I think LA got a lot of, I don't know why, because everybody tells me Khaled, everybody tells me, yo, you know, you come to LA, you make more money, you this and that. But I feel like um, all I have in LA is like meetings. Like it don't make real money. It's just I meet with everybody a million times. Shout out Johnny Nunez for
Shout
talking
out Johnny
for the
Nunez.
year. And you go out there, I got done had a million meetings. I think they just be like, yo, I'm going to dinner with Fat Joe. Because I'm like,
I had brunch with Fat Joe.
show me where the money's at.
So
Like
you
I'm
never
tired.
you feel like you never really made none of your money out here like that?
I never did. Like, but that's just me. Everybody else, Buff live out there, Jay-Z live out there, everybody else doing what they gotta do. Me, I've had 10,000 meetings in LA. Real talk.
I feel like LA is good for I have most of my meetings in New York, but I feel like LA is great for collaborations. I do a bunch of studio hopping. I do house hopping. I get different songs done. I'm like, in my session, I got niggas rocking to my shit. Mustard tell me he working. I go jump in his shit. Hit Boy tell me he working. Yo, I'm out the Hit Boy shit. Word, I'm about to pull up on you right now. Big Sean come through. It's just that everybody out here. So I feel like LA, you got to create the vibe that you want. Because it's not really like New Orleans, where it's like you get to walk the street, you get the good food and just different shit like that. They don't really have, it's gang culture out here. That's the culture. The culture is like gang culture. So besides that, I mean, the vibe is like low riders, and it's been like that for a long time. But I feel like, yeah, like other than that, it's just been great for like collaborations. I come out here and get a million songs done.
That's great. If you doing that, then that's great. I mean, I got no problem with it. I love LA. When I go out there, I have a great time.
Right,
But living, I've never lived in LA. You know, I've always been New York and Miami. I never lived nowhere else besides New York and Miami.
right.
I'm like an East Coast dude. I go from New York. That shit was snowing too much. I came back to my,
yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah,
just bounce back and forth.
yeah.
That's just me. You know what I'm saying? And so when you was coming up, who was you listening to when you was coming up? You know, as a youngin, that you was like that really inspired you. And you said, "Yo, I want to rap."
Of course, you and the whole Terror Squad, um, heavy influence, style wise, uh, just being proud to be where I'm from, and using buildings as my backdrop, and showing us that we could take it to another level. Like, you know, like for Spanish, like, cause I grew up on 143rd in Amsterdam, Hungry Ham,
Mm.
and like, you go to Broadway and it's Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying? All my girlfriends, like most of my girlfriends, was Puerto Rican, Black, and Dominican. That's all we had. So it's like that culture going to the Puerto Rican parade and y'all like just waving the flag. That was so strong. Biggie definitely.
Mm.
Snoop Dogg. Uh, the whole like Dr. Dre, like Chronic. Total. Mary J. Blige, 411. Uh, I love Tupac image, but I didn't understand the music back then. Cause he was talking like,
I'm gonna tell you a story. Recently, I heard a Tupac record,
mhm,
and it was so powerful, I almost cried.
wow.
So when he played up with the other day, I was listening to the radio, and they played. All I see is faces. All I see is racist faces.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Changes, I think.
Man, I dare you to listen to that when you get off this live and just listen to it and think about all the shit we go through with Trayvon Martin or Mike Brown or with the police brutality and all this
Yeah.
shit going on. And it's so powerful. And the other day I heard it and I said to myself, because me, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've always loved Tupac. I've always loved his music, but you know, I was more of a B.I.G. B.I.G. Biggie's my
Yeah.
man, my
Yeah.
brother personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had certain reservations, but now when I get to study the life of Tupac and he came up under Black Panthers and who his stepfather was and who his mother, and then when you hear this
He
power,
went to art school. He studied poetry. He
but when you
read
hear
he
this
read
power music, this man
yeah.
was telling us what was going on ahead of time. He said, "Yo, we gotta eat better. We gotta this shit 20 years ago. The shit he was talking about." So
Yeah.
powerful, man. He was powerful. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
every time I seen Tupac, he was beating up somebody. Every time. I seen. So
That's crazy.
you got this generation. Who comes out? Who comes out? The class of the ASAP crew. Who came out with y'all and still rocking right now?
It's a few of us. I mean, we got Kendrick. We got the whole TDE. We got Schoolboy, which is my man. We got who else we got? YG. Early on, like, I established a relationship with YG. That's my brother. Mustard, my brother. Um, we got Flatbush Zombies. They go crazy with the touring and all of that, and they holding it down. Joey Badass, my brother. Kirk Knight gave me my biggest hit ever. Kirk Knight is like Joey Badass's protege. He's like the second guy, like how Rocky was the first guy to the mob. I'm the second guy, and like go crazy. Like Kirk Knight is the second guy, and he gave me my biggest hit ever, which is Plain Jane. 5 times platinum in the U.S., 3 times platinum in Australia.
Produce that.
He produced that. And we got cool because our girlfriends was cool. So, like, we were just hanging out one time. I was pulling up, and then we just kicking it. And I'm like, oh, this nigga, like, he became like my little brother.
Cool. You like, yo, he mad cool. That's how it happened. That's how I heard. Yeah. I met Irv Gotti in the studio by mistake, and we was talking for like hours. I was like, oh, shit. I fuck with this nigga. This nigga's cool.
Right.
And so just imagine the class of Fat Joe class, that era. Everywhere I went, Tupac was beating somebody up, pulling out guns on niggas. That nigga was wilding for the night.
But yo, I was talking to the Bone Thugs, and they were saying Pac was basically trolling. Like, that's what we would consider like trolling now. But he was just like,
he was trolling, yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to just make some money. He was just trying to he was like, yo, he just trying to run it up. Like, it wasn't really, cause Busy Bone told me, he said, Pac ain't really didn't like Biggie. Pac ain't really it's not that. He said
about that controversy sells for everybody else.
He was on that 48 Laws of Power shit. He was on that Art of War shit.
That people live by that to this day. The most successful, our president's a troll.
That's a fact.
Donald Trump is a troll.
The biggest one.
The biggest one. He got 80 million Twitter followers. He be on motherfuckers' asses.
He's the biggest one, bro.
That's
different.
Crazy.
But you know the thing about Donald Trump, and people can hate him all they want, but Donald Trump is the mirror of the U.S. Whatever you want to see, the truth is in Donald. You're gonna see the truth. He blunt with his shit.
Shout out my brother Afro B, Africa. It was Africa Day today.
Afro B, I did a song with Afro B.
It's Africa Day. So they did a big thing on MTV. I did something for them. A bunch of artists did it, man. You know, I love Mama Africa, man. Africa, man, when you go over there, you feel like you at home. That's your real home. You feel it.
That's a Fendi fact. I've been to Liberia and I've been to South Africa.
You went to Liberia?
I went to Liberia. I was putting some uniforms on kids out there.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was out there for 2 weeks. It's not pretty, though. The people are amazing, beautiful people, but it wasn't a luxurious trip at all. Well, they said I'm the first rapper to go to the radio station.
South Africa was fly. You stood in the fly hotel and all that.
Oh, that was South Africa. That was the bag. I went for the bag.
Yeah.
Like I ain't bring no jewelry and all of that because I thought it was gonna be like a little bit like Liberia.
It ain't like that, man.
I went to the club. Yo, Joe, I went to the club. I met DeVito in the club. This nigga was iced out. I'm like, damn. Going crazy.
You know how many times I've been to Africa? Maybe about 50, 100 times.
Wow.
Every part of Africa. I done been in Africa, stood in fucking places like you describing for 2-3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Getting my hair cut. But niggas don't even got razors. They take like a razor blade, break it open, and that razor in there, they snap it together, and that's how they line your shit up.
Wow.
And imagine that, and I'm doing that in the middle of the hood with literally 5,000 niggas in the window like this. Yo, Fat, yo, Wallet. Niggas just, yo, Joe's in the town.
That's crazy.
Nah, man, I love Africa, man. I've been out there so
many. What parts of Africa you been to?
Everywhere. I've been to South Africa. I've been to Ghana. I've been to Gabon.
I want to go to Ghana.
Equatorial Guinea. Ghana's fly. Equatorial Guinea is super fly. I've been to Senegal. I've been to Djibouti. There's a place in Africa called Djibouti.
I heard about that.
And
is it a lot of booty over there?
I've been to a place in Africa. Let me tell you something. I've been to Africa. Let me tell you some wild shit you never seen in your life. Right? I've been to Africa. I forget. I don't know if it was Zimbabwe somewhere. But we go South Africa. We had shows there. But to go there, you get on the plane. to, let's just say, I don't know what part it was, but let's just say it was 2 hours away from South Africa. Yo, bro, the plane, it was a beautiful plane. It kept landing every 30 minutes like a bus, picking up 3, 4 more customers. This is a real plane. Like a plane you take, American Airlines, it would land every 30 minutes and 5 more people come on. Then the shit take off again for like 45 minutes, land, 4 or 5 more people get on. I'm like, man, what the fuck is this a bus airplane? This is the true meaning of air.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've been on shit like that over there.
That's crazy. Now, where's one of your favorite, like, besides Africa, where's one of your favorite places to go?
My favorite place on earth besides America is Dubai.
Word.
Yeah. Damn. At least there's $1 million fish tank behind that bitch. That shit up.
That's going viral, Joe.
Huh?
That's gonna go viral.
That's going viral?
That's going viral.
Listen, man, we try to keep it consistent. I'm in a different location. I try to take the show on the road.
Yeah, I hear that.
On me. He said it's going viral.
Yo, Joe, I went to Dubai and they got rain over there now.
They got rain?
They planting the seeds in the clouds to make it rain. They trying to make seasons.
Let me tell you something. Dubai, one of the most safest places on earth. It's incredible. The people treat you so amazing. I don't feel safer nowhere than in Dubai. If I had all my friends, all my family there, I would live there forever. Like, I'm honest. I mean, have you ever felt like you was gonna get robbed or attacked in Dubai?
Nah, of course not.
It's just so peaceful.
Right.
And people so nice. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
I've never paid for a dinner in Dubai. Ever.
Me neither.
I've been there 100 times. Motherfucker fight you to pay the bill. No, my brother, this. You be like, yo, I brought 15 people with me, bro. I gotta pay for the dinner. You know, you gotta have dinner with somebody.
Right.
You got 15 with you.
Right.
Like, I have to pay. They be like, yo, I paid already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, Dubai the best people.
I caught a crazy bag on my birthday. My 30th birthday, I went to Dubai. I had 3 parties out there, 3 dinners, and they threw me the craziest bag of a lifetime. Like, that's another thing. Like, you gonna link with the Saudi Arabians over there. They got yo, listen.
I ain't get to them yet.
Man, hey.
I've been asking for everybody put me on, Swiss. Everybody got the lick. Nobody put Joe on to the lick yet. It's a lick in Saudi. But nobody put Joe Crack onto that lick. It's crazy because I'm the type that if it's a lick, I'll be like, yo, get such and such. You know, I went to Africa one time. I went to Angola. It was the biggest bag in the world. I called the whole hip-hop community down there. Down there, Ross, Little Kim, Fad. They thought I lived in that motherfucker.
Yeah, you turned into an ambassador.
The bag. Like, I was like, yo, who should we get? Busta Rhymes. Who should we get? Fabulous. Who should we get? Little Kim. Who should we get? Rick Ross. The bag. Like, everybody was coming like, yo, Joe, good looking, bro. Niggas like, yo, Joe, you living here now? I'm like,
damn.
The bag.
You was doing Afrochella before Afrochella.
I was doing Afrochella before Afro. I did everything over there, man, but I love it, though.
Yeah.
Hold up. It's going down again. Double viral moment. Hold up. Double viral moment. The Joprah show. But how do
you feel about like a lot of the new rappers that's coming up right now? Like the little TJs, the Guapos.
I fuck with TJ. I like him a lot. I'm gonna tell you a story, right? When I was coming up, they used to do these things called rap seminars, which was really dope. And so you go, and this is when I had a demo. I didn't have a song, a demo. I'm trying to really get on.
Right.
And I remember going to a seminar and I seen a panel of my favorite rappers. This is the golden era. This is the I don't even want to say their names. These are the guys I look up to, right?
Facts.
So they was up there, and I seen somebody say, "Hey, what you think of these new young kids, leaders of the new school?" I would compare the ASAP crew to them when they first came out. That energy. So they
Right.
had the what's the scenario? Hey yo, you know they
Oh
was.
yeah. Busta Rhymes and everybody.
I saw one of the legends of all legends. They asked him, "What you think of the leaders of the new school?" They had just came out. He was like, "Yo, I don't know about these young boys. This music is whack. This that." And although I still look up to these guys, it hurt my feelings. And the first thing I said, "Yo, this old nigga mad. He almost done. He mad." So I told,
Right.
shout out Papoose. I told myself from there, I said, "Yo, if I ever blow up, I will never talk about a young rapper like that, even if I ain't like their music."
And I don't get that from you. I don't get that. Like I feel like you embrace everybody.
I learned it. I learned it when it happened to me when we was kids coming up. I seen
Yeah.
how they talked about it. I was like, "Yo," I said, "I never want to be that guy."
Right.
And strategy to
Yeah.
me in my life has always been to learn from somebody else. So I don't have to smoke crack to know that I'm gonna lose all my money and I'm gonna go to jail. I don't
That's a
have
fact.
to rob a bank to this. So I
Can
learned
I
from,
ask you a question real quick
yeah.
on that topic right there? Because I said the same exact shit yesterday that you just said. Cause I don't do drugs. I don't like anybody. They could do whatever they want to do. Like homies could do what. Like it's cool. It's a vibe for them.
I don't
Whatever.
do it either. You'll
But
always have money if you don't do drugs. I'll tell you that much. You'll
okay,
always have money if you don't do drugs.
that's a fact. I feel that way because it's like I grew up seeing people serving crack and seeing what happened to crackheads, and it's like we don't know what's in these drugs. Like how you gonna trust drugs? That shit is insane to me. So
Well,
it's like,
Mark,
I mean, to each his own. But it's just like I always like talk to you like the legends. I talk to Swiss. I talk to just different people, and I just check their temperature when it comes down to stuff like that because I feel like that's very important. I feel like it's a genocide happening
you
with
got
these
a guy,
different drugs.
you got a rapper, right, that deserves to have 10 times more money than Fat Joe because his hits was bigger. But Fat Joe, I see him and the guy ain't got $2 in his pocket because he gets high. And I'm
Mm,
pulling up in all type of Rolls Royces, living the way I want to live. So
right,
I know for a fact that the drug route ain't the route because
right,
at the end of the day, these guys are escaping whatever fears or whatever problems they got through the drugs. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, you get deeper and deeper into the hole.
that's
So
a fact.
I've always looked at the drugs like that. I can't use them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I won't use them.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you use them, even weed, I don't smoke weed, but I ain't mad at it. The whole
I don't
school,
smoke. I don't smoke weed either. I smoked weed before, but I
you
don't.
gonna have money forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have money. Because even weed, think about weed. You know how much money if we smoke the weed. When I eat dinner, I'm gonna eat
I'll
lobster.
sell some. I'll sell some weed.
Now, I sold a lot of stuff. I sold a lot of stuff. Like, but what I'm saying to you is, if I like food, I'm gonna eat lobster. I'm gonna eat crab. So if I smoke weed, I'm gonna have to smoke the best weed ever lived.
Right,
And let me tell you, according to what your taste is, you're gonna find some expensive shit to buy.
right,
Simple.
right.
Yeah. So I'm good. Yo, my brother, man, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you, man, taking the time out with us, man. You know I love you. Continue success.
Love.
I know you don't need me to tell you that because you don't.
Nah, we gotta do that more. We gotta do this more, like off camera. Like we gotta build more.
Yo, bro, if you ain't got my number, I'm gonna text you my number and whatever you need from me, bro. I'm here.
For sure.
All right, my brother. I love you. Be
Let's do
good.
it. Love.
All right. Yo, boy, that's that ASAP Ferg. You know, the shit start falling on my head. The shit start falling on my head. The God gotta go. Um, who's in the check-in. So listen, this is off location in the flyest location. Prestige Jewelers in the K. And then we got it's a 10 in the house. We got an audience today, guys. You just can't see my audience. But I love you guys. Trust in God. And I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we got Lil Wayne. You already know what that's gonna be. Stay up, y'all. Peace.